Hello, boys and girls, and those who bounce in between. It's time for our second look into David Pakman. This one won't be nearly as in depth or as
By
long as my
Richard
last
Spencer,
one,
who's the
but
editor of
I did want
altright.com
to
and
point
president of the
out
National
that
Policy
he
Institute.
has
Richard, I know you had a
interviewed
busy
Richard Spencer,
inauguration
interview which
weekend, and
has
we'll talk
received
about that a little
180,000
bit. I want to just
views,
first start for people who may not know
and
your
this is potentially
political philosophy.
180,000 people which have
In
been
preparing for this interview,
exposed to Richard
I read about a
Spencer for
lot
the
of
first
terms that have
time. Notice he
surprised
has
you,
the
many of which I
black
think you
eye from
don't
being
agree with. So
punched
let's just
like the
see if we can
fucking
figure
Nazi
out sort of
chode
how you
he
describe your
is.
political philosophy. Do you consider yourself to be any of the following: white nationalist, white separatist, neo-Nazi, Nazi, white supremacist? Do any of those terms apply to how you see yourself?
I think white nationalist would be the term that I'm most comfortable with.
Mhm.
The term that I identify.
Alright, I don't really care about his fucking terms. I just want to show just some clips from
Envision?
this.
I would support peaceful, you could say ethnic redistribution, such as what was done in the Paris Peace Conference in 1919. I
You
mean,
Alright, so I mean, David is just asking this guy questions like, how would you divide the races up in your society?
are also not white.
because it's not just of the West. Jews are not European fundamentally. They have a fundamentally different consciousness, a sense of themselves, and a different story.
Alright,
Even
so
Eastern
Hanukkah, which
European.
we
Alright, so David Big Brain Pacman, accusing fucking Ilhan Omar of being anti Semitic just because she tweets out the APAC, is all about those Benjamins, baby. And, just because it's true doesn't mean it's anti Semitic. Just because that's the anti Semitic trope that Jews are greedy or whatever doesn't mean that some people from Israel and some American politicians, by the way, who have nothing the fuck to do with Israel, people like Louis Gohmert or some other far right lunatic, they love Israel. So there's no anti-Semitism element like to what Ilhan Omar said. But juxtapose that with this guy conducting an interview with Richard Spencer.
celebrate.
Ashkenazi Jews who are from Europe, as you're saying, they're also not white.
No, I include all three branches of the Jewish family: the Mizrahim, the
All right, so David doesn't really seem to be
Such a sort
uh throwing many hardball questions at him.
of incongruency between European whites and Jewish identity. What's tough about just hanging out with Jews? Like, how does it manifest itself?
Why is David just asking these fucking softball questions to Richard Spencer? Why is David having this fucking chode on his show in the first place? He's giving a platform and kowtowing to a self-described white nationalist. He's asking him these fucking softball questions like, how do you separate the groups of Jews, and then what was this one?
Incongruency between, or if not, if there is wrong. What's your view on that? I mean, it had nothing to do with anything I had done. Just personally hated me, even though he didn't ever meet me, merely because I am Jewish. And it was sort of it had nothing to do with anything I had done. Just by being Jewish, I was a problem to him and we could not get along. What's your view on that? I mean, are you able to hang with Jews, or if not, if there is, as you mentioned in our first segment, such a sort of incongruency between European whites and Jewish identity, what's tough about just hanging out with Jews? Like, how does it manifest itself?
Jesus Christ, David. Why would you have this chode on your show? Why are you being so fucking soft on him? If I had this guy, alright, on my channel, I'd be asking him why he's such a fucking racist piece of shit. Why hasn't he just fucking decided to shave all of his hair off, get tats all over the place of swastikas and God knows what? Why is he pretending to be like this up and up fucking social media personality when really he's just a fucking KKK neo-Nazi scumbag? David Pakman is having this fool on his show giving him these fucking softball pansy ass questions. Where is the scathing denunciation of his philosophy? When is the part where David gets pissed off, calls him a fucking Nazi piece of shit, and kicks him off his show?
Resisted assimilation. Beyond just the sort of signaling of identity, is there any practical way in which I've not assimilated into American society?
You've obviously assimilated into American society to a great extent.
So, I mean, this guy is just asking for Richard Spencer's hot takes on all these fucking issues. I don't give a flying fucking shit what Richard Spencer thinks about immigration or being fully immigrated. So, let's just, to clarify, David fucking Pakman threw Ilhan Omar under the bus for making what he perceived to be, and he read way too deeply into it, but anti-Semitic comments. But at the very same fucking time, on the same channel, the same guy will interview Richard fucking Spencer and ask him just softball questions, non-confrontational, just very professional. We're all just going to sit down and have a conversation in the free marketplace of ideas. Richard Spencer's just trying on hats, people, and I don't see any reason why we can't be civil and reasonable with Nazis. That's the takeaway, folks. What else am I supposed to get from that?